What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to more of our Black Desert Winter 2021 season playthrough. So what are we going to do today? Continue grinding a little bit and getting our season character up to probably 50-ish if we can right now and see what's happening. So if you didn't check out the videos before, we did our class reboot thingy for Dark Knight Part 1, which was the Succession one, and there was a lot of good changes actually, so if you haven't checked that out, I would recommend doing so. We'll probably do another reboot video for Awakening, and maybe some other classes that I play a little bit, but I feel like I'd have to test this first because I'm not like an expert on anything but like Dark Knight just yet. But so anyway, with that said, we're going to continue on, just slowly but surely leveling up our season character. As we get there, what we could talk about is the season rewards. Now, I don't think we know what the big reward is. You know how like every season you get like the Pen Kaposha and all that stuff. I'm not 100% sure what the end of season reward is, but for like the stuff you get on the side, make sure to get the 135 stack. That's such a weird number, but I mean, like, it's good. So basically 150 with Valks and all that stuff. And then the 100 stack, they didn't give weapon exchange coupons this time around, but that's okay. It's not really a big deal. They gave a lot. After that, I'm pretty sure what you get is probably like the tier 9 horse materials and maybe the Artisan's Blessing, and then the Capra Stones, especially the 50 to 100 Capra Stone bundle. That one's a big one. But make sure to prioritize the 135 stack when you can. That is the big ticket item for the season. Which honestly, like, I'm not upset with it. It's just I don't need it, which is... I understand, like, season is supposed to be for new players, but... Ugh. Gosh. Anyway, so we're level 30 right now. I kind of want to see what the rewards are for leveling. Alright, let's do this. Of course, it spawns right as I start. Gonna be honest, I have three Guardians, and the only reason I have them was they were all season characters, which is kind of funny. But oh, that's a Stormbringer Karanda. That ain't dying for a while. Well, it will die. Holy smokes, dude! Just got 2 levels from clearing out the area. I think we'll be making it to 50 in no time. If you get boosted at like trees or something, which a lot of people do, just get your ghillies to grind trees for an hour. Then you'll hit like 61 in no time. Which is ultimately, I was looking at the rewards for the season, like the Spirit Pass. It's really not that hard, just you got this. Get to 61, which is the end game. Go grind a little bit. And that's basically it. So, I don't know. This season might be a little bit short for me. But, as always, our goal is to get all the pens, or as close to full pen to Vala as we can. But, even if I don't, it's not really a big deal. We might actually be able to stay here for longer than your normal, because usually I would go to Owl Wolf or Owl thingies and that's where I get to like mid 50s, but maybe this one might actually be easier. We'll probably transfer at some point, but I don't know what or when that is. So yeah, overall, I guess we could talk about in the meantime while we're just running in circles is what are your thoughts and opinions on the whole reworks? Is your class good? Do you like the changes? What class do you play? I think overall for Dark Knights, it's a positive change, and granted, I do think Dark Knight should have gotten buffs a lot sooner. Like, they weren't weak, in my opinion. There just was a lot of utility things that I wish would have changed. Like, even if they left the damage the same this entire time, I think I would have been okay with that. And what they did, I thought was good. They added a lot of guards and stuff to various skills, increased the range. Basically everything that I think would have been like pretty good, like what needed to be changed, not just, oh, let's match Striker in every way and just be OP. So, overall, in my opinions, I do think Dark Knight is, like, balanced, whether that is good or not, but I think it is a balanced class compared to, I don't know, everything else. Changes were good. There are obviously still the OP classes or flavor of the months, which would be Striker, Lon, Guardian, Mystic, the usual. But yeah, Dark Knight in a better spot than it was before. I'm happy with the changes. I wish I knew how to play Guardian. I know it's like 5 buttons once you get to Awakening, but still, I don't know what I'm doing. I wish this thing wouldn't keep flashing permanently, to be honest. I literally have no idea what the changes or like what they want me to look at. Why is it flashing? So we get like 1% here per thing. Maybe a little bit more than that. And just in case you are a new player doing all this, you don't need to have all the buffs and stuff I do. It's just gonna take you a little bit longer, but I am still using like all the gear that the game gave me from playing the season. So basically what I'm doing, you could do too. One thing I do have is the Spirit Stone from another season, just rewards, but what it really does, I'm using it for the XP bonus, not the damage or whatever against monsters. That's so irrelevant. You don't need that one. How do you stop that charge when it's like mid thing? All right, at 37, we'll move to a new spot, which is actually really fast, to be honest. I know that 500% buff is pretty solid. It's like 1 or 2% per per kill. Not bad. Here we are on our Dark Knight grinding orcs, getting like 0.03 an hour. Alright, let's go to Owl Wolves now. That actually was not that long. That was about like 7 minutes. $34 to $37. Nah, you're good. You can stay there till like 50. Honestly, you could stay there till like 50. 50s. Like 52. And then that's when you want to go somewhere else. That's when it gets a little bit slow. If you really just like this spot, you could stay there to 40. I've done that before too. But if I'm trying to maximize my time without getting boosted at trees, this is what I would do. Got a lot of levels. Let's go put some points in. That might be it for now. Hold up. Let's take our 35 reward. I don't actually know what I want. You know, one thing I think is a little bit sketch for new players, like with seasoned characters, they allow you to get Naru gear and upgrade it like what I'm doing right now, right? However, if you're a new player and you just see this, you're just like, oh, Naru gear, easy to enhance, right? And then it's like, okay, cool. So now you have Naru gear, then you turn it into Tuvala. And then even Tuvala, they made it easier to enhance. But still, it's kind of, once you get to the end game and stuff, when you're enhancing real boss gear, you're just like, oh, that is not easy. You're looking at like such low percentages where you're used to success in enhancing Naru. But yeah, that's one of the surprises in this game. One of those tips I can give you is the game gets progressively harder over time, and like, I don't know, how do I describe it? The learning curve is pretty steep. I would still say this is such a good game, and like, there's no bad time to start. One thing I would recommend is mostly just play this game at your own pace. Try not to compete with others too much, and then you'll like just have a better time in general. Because if you're competing with your friends who gets the most gear, at some point it does come down to who gets the better RNG when it comes to enhancing. Or really who just grinds in circles like 16 hours a day, and that's really it. So yeah, ultimately, just play the game at your own pace. You'll have a lot more fun. I know competition is always a good thing, but at some point, the less you compete with your friends and who has the higher gear score, the more fun you'll have. Because trust me when I say, I used to do that. Like, I've always wanted to stay ahead of the curve with my friends, and then it's just like, oh, one day someone hits like 3 pen items in a row, and it's like, well, I did not. Also, speaking of that, another like few good beginner tips I could give you is mostly don't enhance unless you're prepared to like get the item back to the same spot it was at previously. So if you're a new player, it's mostly fine because up until plus 15 or up until Pry, there's no downgrading. Like, and then after that it goes like Pry, Duo, and then downgrading. Like, there are ways to prevent that with Cron Stones, but that's more like, if you're a beginner, you probably shouldn't be like wasting resources unless you really know what it does, because there's a lot of dumb currencies in this game that I wish they would just simplify down, and they just keep adding more. They're probably going to continue adding more, but up until you learn how to do a lot of stuff, just keep in mind that this game is going to be very confusing. So that's why you watch YouTubers and streamers for that. So I've always said that I was open to helping a lot of you guys if you have questions about literally anything in the game. For the most part, I think I have enough knowledge of the game to be able to answer a lot of beginner questions. Maybe not all of the class questions, except for Dark Knight and like Nova. But I have played every class to an extent. At least like up to 60 almost. So I do have a general idea of how to play every class, but not well compared to Dark Knight. But if you just have general questions, like, I got you. I've played this game for a while. I feel like I took the long route, to be honest, to get to Owl Wolf's. Wait, what are these? Owl? Mask Owl Forest. Okay. Is it every 10 levels you get a bonus? I really should have just taken my my better horses and transferred over my infinite pot. But no, we're role-playing the new player experience, more or less. We're gonna see what it's like as a new player with only using the gear that they give us. Honestly, like, this is season 6, I believe, since season started, and it's not that bad. Like, even a new player, all you have to do is questing and a minimal amount of grinding. You could hit 60 to 61 relatively easy. Even without guides, I think it's very doable. So, with that said, mostly just take your time with the thing. Alright, let's see. I knew these would come in handy one day. Do these stack? Alright, boys. I can't believe I'm gonna do this. Can't say I really want to do this, but we're doing it. Oh, well, I guess that counts towards a battle pass one day. Even without the XP, like auto XP buffs I'm using, this is still like legit where you should grind even without them. And it's probably still the fastest place. It'll just take you a little bit longer, but not that much longer. Maybe like, I don't know, 10, 15 more minutes, probably. So yeah, don't, like, if you're trying to do this too, don't get discouraged. It's just XP buffs. Like, XP after a certain point is kind of irrelevant. You grind mostly for money late game instead of XP levels. That actually took me a long time to like comprehend too. It's like, oh, I'm grinding, so okay. I need, like, you want XP, which, I mean, some people do that too. Those are the people who are super geared who just grind for XP. But ultimately, for For most people, your goal is to grind for money, and so you can buy your upgrades and or enhance it yourself. Oh, it's gonna hit me. All this stuff you get just by leveling up. Pretty sure we got 15-day juice and XP book. I should probably get that. I want the XP book. By the way, in case you didn't know, you could use the XP book on multiple characters. So if you like used a buff on one, put it in your bank or something, take it out on another character, then you can use the buff again. It doesn't, basically you can use it as many times for the duration. I wish I knew how to. Oh my god. Holy dude. Oh, that's the second one I've ever gotten. Okay, so if you get that as a new player, you definitely want to make sure you know what you're doing with it. So that is a super rare item. However, it's like not something you just use randomly. So what it does is, if you sell something on the market, there's a 15% tax, or maybe depending on how much you played, there's a tax amount, right? And what that does is that removes 5% of the tax. So basically you want to use it on a high-end item. So it's a low drop chance item, but it's a good thing for like late game players. Yeah, that's about it. You make more money when you sell an item. I've gotten one before. I still haven't used it because I didn't know what I wanted to use it on. I saw that pop up. I was like, wait, I didn't even know I can get that. Well, good to know. And by rare, I mean like it's hard to get, but it's only useful for higher end stuff. It's not like it's giving me any sort of like game boost or anything. Well, I guess I get rewarded after failing Pen Blackstar, Tet Fallen Gods over and over. RNG giveth. We're gonna be here till 50, so it's actually going by really quickly. Granted, I do have buffs up, but we'll do 50, and then we'll go enhancing a little bit. Maybe into episode 3. I heard for Guardians with the reboot, they didn't really get changed at all. The only thing that changed is they got nerfed grabs, which ultimately, after reading the grab changes, I don't really think it's that bad. So basically, in a nutshell, Guardians stayed the same, which is not a bad thing because Guardians are still very strong. So, yeah. They're still in a good spot, just in case you were wondering. That's from what Guildies who main it said. The grab changes, it is a nerf, but do I think it's going to affect anything in the long run? No, he'll be fine still. So what you could do if you just don't like grinding the spot, there's another place you could go called Marnie's Lab. It is down here somewhere. Yeah, Marnie's Lab, 40 to 43. It probably will give more XP, but I'm just lazy and rather grind circles in a lower area because I'm too lazy to just ride there. But you could also just quest your way to all of this. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know what I'm doing on Guardian. I'm pressing like 3 buttons, and then everything's just dying, so... yeah, good times. So this is something that like I have to get used to since Dark Knights are big AoEs, but classes like Witch and Wizard, Guardian have like bigger AoEs. So like I'm used to just running in. So many. I don't actually know which box I took, but I don't think it really matters. I wish they had more like costumes for a Guardian. They have some nice ones, but it's like one nice one. One or two nice ones, and then everything else is just I am happy that Dark Knight does get a lot of love in terms of costumes, even if they aren't the best like characters to gameplay wise. Yo, who is this? All right, 49. We have to pick up a quest. So basically what this quest is, back in the day, okay, so what this quest is you get to 50 and then it tells you like, oh, once you're 50, you're a big boy now, you can start PvPing and you can start flagging on people and they can kill you too. Ultimately, it just lets you know that. But back in the day, you used to have to go down to Calpheon and go do like the catfish quest line or quest and kill a boss, and then that's how you would complete that quest. Nowadays, you just hit 50 or close to it and be like, okay, I accept the terms that I'll get wrecked if someone decides they want to flag on me. And then you're good. I like to change it, actually. It's one less step I have to do while I'm playing my 19th character or something. Ooh, a 7-day book. I can use that on my main. We will go grinding on our main. Push 60 for 1 day. Once I hit 50, I am out, and then we'll do another video for part 3, and we'll go enhance a little bit, so show you what it's how like to actually do things. Let's go. All right, so we're at level 50 now. Let's open these. I'm not really surprised Karanda didn't die. Stormbringer Karanda, that one's scary. Even if you bring your main, that one's also pretty scary. Choke slam, that's grab, right? Pretty sure that's grab. All right, let's see. What do we have? Summon the Black Spirit and exchange energy for an XP buff. I wish I knew that existed. Oh, it's a one-time thing? Yeah, I thought so. Combat. Enhance a Naru sub-weapon to 15 or higher. Do we even have a sub-weapon? Oh, never mind. That's a weak. I'm stupid. Okay, we're good. this does not prepare you for the real game. Wait, I just failed 3 times on a 75. What do we have? Level up 50 to 55. Talk to the dude. All right, hold up. Let me watch this, boys. We're about to enhance spam my guild, and they're about to get mad at me. Let's do this. Actually, they don't really care, but still. Hey, one done. Bruh. Bruh. Yo, pen. Easy. Ding, ding, ding. I'll show you what you do after you hit 10. Dang, I thought that was just gonna go one tap all the way. Close enough. Man, if normal gear went up that easily, we would not have any problems in this game. Never use Crown Stones on Naru. Just trust me. Never do it. That Naru just downgraded from Tet to Pry. Boys are struggling. Alright, we're done. Alright, let's go back to Velia. We struggled a little bit on that one. It went from Tet to Pry on Naru gear. That's embarrassing. I'm pretty sure I just spammed my entire guild for all that. Alright, so put these there. This is probably like get level 55, yeah. Do we get a bonus? Winter Dream Landscape. Loot scrolls for days. I wish I grinded enough to make that matter. So what do you do with all the Pry Narus that you have? You exchange it. Wait, do I have to, Oh no, we have another Fugar timepiece. Ugh. Do I have to get to a certain point? Before I could, trade these up? Or... Forgot how you did that, actually. It's a nice picture. We'll put it in our storage. Commit pen. Easy, right? I'm like convinced I'm the only person that struggles with Naru gear. Hey, Pearl Abyss, I think my account is broken. Send help. I just downgraded. Failed that a few times. Let me just hold on to that one. Bruh. Just hold on to that one. Dude, I can't. I've never struggled with. Oh my god, I actually thought I was gonna go to 0 durability for the first time on Naru gear in like 5 seasons. I went through like 800 of these weapon stones though. Come on, just give me a free one after what just happened. Oh, thank god. That's normally how it goes. I don't even know what to do anymore. That's embarrassing. I think you actually do have to get to 55 before you can do any trading up for Tuvala. So, we have a 7-day book. Let me go put that away. All right, I'm gonna split my recording here. I'll see you guys in a bit.